given the fact that Pendragon have played this before their last victory, 16-12, and the fact that Poseidon don't have any history on this map so far in ESEA Open, I'd have to say that I feel like the way that this is probably going to play out is either Pendragon are really sort of rigid in the way that they want to play this, and it'll take Poseidon a while to find their way into the game to sort of do those mid-round calls that will anti-strat those sort of setups, and we'll see Pendragon pull ahead early, or Poseidon will pull out stuff that Pendragon really isn't used to or really isn't prepared for, and they'll pull ahead at the start. And yeah, I mean, and they didn't really show their hand here. I mean, they're going fast here on B. If this is going to be the first contact, falls off as you can see the stampede of players coming out. Flash explodes out, but Abs is in the perfect position to counter this drop, and they haven't checked him at all. Able to find 3 even off that flash, and only 1 hit remaining, and Pendragon clear that up. It's a bloodbath here on the B site. Only 1 down for the Pendragon side, and that's a clean sweep. Look at this here. Mighty fast down to the site following the flashbangs. We'll find 1. Can he find the second into jungle? No, he's not. The AWP activated onto Archie, the first time in this game so far, and he finds the second into mid. This is a perfect setup here for the CTs. The bombs and apps, how heavily do they rotate off this? 1 player still sitting in the back position, jump spotting, and he will see him. Now let's see what the reaction is here from the CTs. H1P starts charging through apps, but is found by Archie, making that AWP seeing there through the shops. She makes for some info. Cookie catches a lot of damage straight through that box, and that's going to make this retake on. Pendragon probably want to go for this. Mollies him out of the stairs position, and Cookie has to go aggressive here. Has to check apps, and he does find him. Finds the double onto the site player, and a high impact round there from Cookie. He's going to feel good about that one. They dive down into mid. Archie finds 1. Can he find the second? Yes, he does. They're all just getting cleaned up here, and it's not looking good there. A flawless round for Pendragon, and this is exactly what I said. If they win the pistol, Pendragon are right back in this.
And now they have a lead, 9-8.
Yeah,
very nicely
Poseidon
played.
did the smart decision. They didn't force onto their CC side, and now allows them to invest up into those A1Ss. As I said before, 2900 means that they're cheaper than the 3400 that an A4 would cost you. Slightly makes the CT economy a little bit more manageable, but obviously they're going to have to be playing with these A4s here, and this is going to be a big investment. Have got to keep this clean. They can't allow them to pick up the weapons. Archie onto the AWP. Abs finds 1 pushing out a ramp. This is do or die here for Poseidon. Flashed off the angle is Mighty. Molly comes into jungle, and now they've got to activate. Poseidon are going to have to fight really hard. That's the contention. He finds the first onto the under. Paracetamol can't really control the spray, and they're going aggressive on him. 1v3 here left for Archie, and this is not a position you want to be in. They started picking up here. They tap the bomb, but Archie finds a beautiful frag. But they're sticking the bomb. No kit. Can they lock him into position here in apps? He finds 1. Can Archie find the last? No, he can't! Doesn't go aggressive quite enough, and Poseidon saved themselves in that round for that aggression there.
Really good resilience from Pendragon, not even to just peek a ramp. No, not taking any risks at all here.
Archie gonna flash back to Palace here. What aggression can he find? He go loud about it, and he does get caught off. He does get caught off by H1P. They have full control of mid. Spots the power of Archie, and now they know where one's playing. How ready they go out on the off angle, goes through the smoke, and will fall. Pendragon 1 goes aggressive through Con, finds the frag, and now it's Paracetamol. The A-side player finds another. It's long for Pendragon here. Gets executed off the top of the smoke, and now it's on to Fitz. Mighty has his position locked down with the AWP, and how ready are they? Spots out 1. 1's dropped off the ledge position. Now all he's got to isolate is this Con player. Isolates him off with the smoke. He's got to predict the position. Spraying through the smoke distracts him, and Mighty swings out. Beautiful
Such good team play.
A quick B-pop here. Not really are they going to be consideration. Sage was spotted on stage, have a fun time playing this backside. They really want to play this coordinated.
Yep, the players know they should get this.
They have to just not go 1v1 here. Or they could get shut down by this Bucky, and that's left Steph in a really awkward situation here. And she won't find it. The win from Lewis, and I have to say, poor coordination from the content creator side there on split. So this could offer the defenders of the content creators a really good opportunity to build into that round advantage that they were getting at the start. You know, we saw them on Ascent. They secured that first pistol round, secured the bonus, and if they can continue to build up some of that momentum and not let too many of their rounds slip, then I think we could be in for the same level of competitiveness that we saw on Ascent. If he flashes close, it's going to be so easy for Steph to catch him as he goes through this. Finds the TP, now he's on site. This is where the Bucky gets deadly. But time is running so low for him. Finds one onto Mari, but the orb onto the side. So hard. Badger finds one, he finds the last! He might even have this on time. Oh, and he's gonna got it.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with the strat roulette, because obviously players like Emre are used to playing within a structured scenario, used to playing within obviously a team environment and working with other people that know the exact strategy that you're going to execute. But obviously a scenario that we're in today is very different. You know, the teams have been randomized, they're not with players that they're particularly familiar with or people that they necessarily know how to communicate with or know their playstyles with. So working on these sort of preset strategies, I mean, obviously they know what strategies are. We're running a strat roulette system today, and both teams obviously running the same strategy means that, you know, they're going to be on fairly equal footing, but it's going to be interesting to see how quickly people can fall into that team environment of figuring out how to communicate and how they want to run those strategies. And I think it's really going to be a standout thing of, you know, who emerges as the leader of the team, who can really make sure that they get the whole team to be on the same page about the strategies that they want to run. Engagement here between the Reyna and the Viper. Do they catch a timing on each other? Yes, they've gone round maze, and does Reyna catch? No, she doesn't see the Viper, and the Viper catches the frag. Now it's when the site opens up. They've got to go quickly now, and the Killjoy is sneaking up. Does she expect the Viper's position here? She stood out in the open. No, but the Viper catches the frag onto the Killjoy. That's a disaster.
2 HP
now,
left.
Just 2 players left here for the attackers, and they're just going separately, getting farmed up by this Viper here on the A site, and look how slow the rotations are through mid.
Pressing gives the information.
Emre's decided to invest into the Judge here. That's when I'd be worried. Oh, goes with the mobility, but Haribo picks him out of the air. And look at them. They found themselves a 2-man advantage now. This is the first time this has happened in a while. Do they take these fights in mid? Yes, they do. They found a chokehold here. Put the attackers straight into their line of sight, and look, they're just... Oh! Why is the collateral?
The collapse!
Now they find themselves in a man advantage, but look at the time. KO could deny the plant here if they're not careful about what they do. He'll hear the plant going down. What does he decide to do? He swings wide. Finds the frag! Now he's denied the plant! Race has to go so aggressive here, and there's no way they'll find the KO. All the KO has to do is survive, and they've won the round off that.
Oh. The clutch from Zurich.
Yeah, well, I mean, Team White were picking... The rounds that Team White were picking up there were the sort of more gimmicky rounds. They picked up the knife round, they picked up the bouncing round, and those kind of rounds. But, you know, once they're beginning to build a bit of that momentum, you know, they got those rounds on the board. They were able to, you know, fight their way back, and during the second half, they got the Never Skip Leg Day round, and they got the Rush round. And, you know, maybe they just arrived a little bit late into that game, you know. The attacking side, Team Blue, were really snowballing on that first side, and it meant that they weren't really able to garner a lot of that momentum that they potentially needed. You know, they got it towards the end of that half, and it just started to find, you know, they started to find their footing into the second half, but it was just a little bit too late, and they were already too far into the lead.